Welcome to BRB time, where we are doing another Feast Friday. Last week, I showed you all a video of a few friends of mine doing PvP, and we're back with week 2. This time around, I'll be taking a closer look at the plays that occurred in the matches and analyzing their effectiveness. Now without further delay, let's jump right into it. So right here you can see both of the teams. They're in the gate, and the gates are just about to open up. And we can take a look at who is going to get what buffs. This sort of decides how the first initial interaction will go. So it looks like Me on Monk has grabbed the defensive kit, and it looks like Raynette has grabbed the defensive kit, with Hana grabbing the offensive kit. Doesn't look like anyone grabbed the offensive kit on the claws, which is bad, is a very bad sign. Looks like Yumi ran back and got it on Bard, so she's going to be setting up on Bard for the first initial kills. I would say that you don't generally want your warrior to grab the offensive kit unless they really are putting out some serious damage, but I guess we'll see by the end of this match. Yumi is being harassed by the ninja, it looks like currently. By everybody, it looks like currently, just because the warrior is on her, the ninja is on her. Okay, she's run off here. Hold on. So you never want to run off like that when you're taking a bit of focus damage. Like she got hit with full swing, and she sort of just ran off towards a general direction, and that's not a good sign. You don't want to run away from your healer because you're breaking line of sight. You always want to stay sort of close to them so that they can top you off without having to use their off global cooldown abilities. Like those need to be saved for healing through burst. So if they're using those by running away and line of sighting you, you're actively making their job harder. So let's get right back into it. See right there, like a benediction was used, and that's not the best. Okay. Sylvie's in a pretty good position right now. She's running back. She probably doesn't need to. She can play a little bit more aggressive. She could drop a sacred prism. My bad, I just slapped the mic. She could drop a sacred prism right there. Looks like that Bard is probably pretty low. Can they finish her off? Can they finish her off? See, Yumi needs to learn how to kite because she's taking a lot of damage right now. And even right now, like she's standing in... Okay, let me pause here. She's standing in that sacred soil. That means that people can focus to her down without taking much additional damage. Now, unfortunately, they didn't. They ran after Sylvie because she was lowest health. And it looks like they're going to be securing the kill off of this. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like they secured that kill. Yeah, there it is. So, now... I want to point out that Dio is a little bit far forward. Also that nobody picked up those medals, so they went back to the original team, which is bad. Always need somebody picking up those medals. But Dio was a little bit far forward. He was CCing the Scholar when that wasn't really necessary, because at the current time, Sylvie was taking a lot of damage. He should have run back to her and used cover. So something to note is that the Machinist, the Warrior, and the Ninja are all using physical damage. Cover is going to have a ridiculous amount of effectiveness against these groups. Since cover doesn't work on magical damage, really the only person who's going to be able to damage her is the Ninja using their mudras. Also, it doesn't look like Me is focusing any of the right targets. She's attacking this Ninja by herself right now. And there's really no way for her to kill this ninja. She's not really bursting. She's kind of just using global cooldowns, and she's losing a lot of health trying to fight him a 1 versus 1, when that's not smart. Sylvie is out of line of sight of everyone right now, and it looks like this monk right here is about to die. Nope, there's a Tetra. So, again, uh, they are out of line of sight from Sylvie, and she's being required to use some of her off global cooldown abilities. That's making it significantly harder for her to heal. Like, she needs to use those to like heal you through burst. You don't want to use those just for positioning. So at this point, people need to be retreating because their healer just died. But instead they're staying very far forward, they're still playing very aggressive, and they're losing players and they're losing medals. So there goes the monk. She goes down. That means they lost their defensive kit. The wolf's heart is up. There's nobody up there to attack it because they didn't regroup for Sylvie to come back. Yumi is coming up by herself, it looks like. No, she's waiting for Dio and Sylvie. But they're still engaging this in 3 versus 4 right now, and that's not the best. Sylvie used a good fluid aura there. And there she goes again. She didn't need to use Holy there. Holy has a long cast time, and the stun applies very late. She'd have been better off using Blizzard 2, which is something I should point out. Blizzard 2 is very good for PvP. It's very good for CCing. It's an AoE CC in a circle around the user, and it comes out a little faster than Holy. And it doesn't ruin their stun resist, so that's good to know. I can tell this video is coming to the end, and yeah, there you go. And that's all I can say. Like, looking at the stats here, I would say that the DPS on the blue team was pretty outclassed by the DPS on the red team. Just because they were focusing the correct targets. And that's what Feast is all about. You gotta stay on the right targets, you gotta help your healers out, and you gotta learn how to CC the correct way. And that's all I can say. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.